Welcome back, everybody. This is Senpai. So, I'm going to do the every room is a different size and a different budget challenge. Normally, I see that people just do them separately, but I wanted to give myself a challenge and do them both. So, this first room is the kitchen. Let's just say that it did take me a while, so I ended up having to kind of cut a lot out. This is going to be in several parts because I am a slow, undecisive builder. So I am so sorry. But this first room, I got 8 by 8 and the limit was 13,000, which if you looked at the start of the video, it was at 13,000, which I thought was pretty decent, but this is massive. So I figured the best thing that I could make fit here would pretty much just be the kitchen. I'm going to go for a living room, 2 bedrooms, a bathroom, and a kitchen. And the ranges start from as low as $500 or simoleons to as high as 15,000. So I think I got pretty lucky because 13,000 isn't too bad. But because of the size, there is a lot to fill in this room. So it would really suck to get like a 9 by 9 room with a $500 budget. So we're just gonna have to do our best. I made sure to use all of the money, and that is the goal, to pretty much use all of the money. And I'm going to try to my best to use all the space, but it really is just going to depend on the budget. I don't know if I said the room sizes go as small as 2 by 2 to as big as 9 by 9. As you can see, like 8 by 8 is huge. I didn't see a reason to make it 10 by 10 just because if we ended up getting that, it just it might be just too much for the lot. So I'm hoping that I don't end up running out of space here. If I do, I probably will just take out one of the bigger lots or just adjust it as much as possible. But as you can see, I did kind of start to run out of money just a little bit. I know 4,000 still seems like a lot, but this is still a pretty big space considering I'm going to have to, or the plan was to add decorations and add appliances. I do eventually add some cabinets here, but this was hard. Like this was definitely hard. I did not add any windows and I did not add anything to the outside because I'm just gonna 100% be focusing on the inside. I don't want to worry about the windows, or I guess a lot of doors or whatever I want to add that's extra or outdoor, just because that's going to take away from the money that, or the budget that I already have, which really isn't that much. And you can see, like, as soon as I start adding the cabinets, like, that budget just goes really down. And it goes down quickly. But I just felt like it was really bare if I didn't add it. I did eventually turn on debug, and I did put on like the show live edit, show hidden objects, all that stuff, and just so that I had a little bit more option to play around. I'm probably gonna do that with the rest, just because if I get something that's like a $500 limit and I get like a 6 by 6 room or a 7 by 7 room, or just a bigger room in general with a $500 budget, that's just not possible. So I'm definitely going to utilize the debug options. And I feel like that's pretty fair. I do change this around too, because towards the end it really starts to gets the money gets really low, and I try to play around with it, and I don't know, there was just so many different options. And the way that I kind of figured I could make do, because there's a lot of space. I didn't want to add a dining table because that was going to cost too much money. So I was like, I can just put okay, let me explain it better. It's going to cost too much money, and then I wouldn't have any money left over to decorate. So that was the problem. Yes, I could have added the dining table, and I would have definitely had enough money to do it, but there would be absolutely no decorations. It just would have been plain. So I figured we can do like the island/bar table, and that's good enough. And then I had money to decorate. So I tried to keep like one side of the room, like, I guess kind of cluttered decorated, if that makes sense. So I was going for just a lot of plants. I really wish that didn't have a big shadow, because that would have been nice to keep there. I'm pretty sure I add an aquarium. Yeah. A fish tank. Sorry. I'm pretty sure I add a fish tank somewhere here. I play around with the money a lot to have enough money for it. Sorry, I'm almost done being sick, but I kind of just have a little leftover gunk. Sorry. But yeah, so I just decided that if I maybe decorated one side really well, it would make up for the rest of the room that seems kind of empty or blank. I know I really do like the way that this is decorated, and this is probably how I would decorate my actual house. The only difference is that, in my opinion, this just seems very like slick, very clean cut. And nowhere in my house or in my life would that ever be possible. Like, it's it's just not possible. I definitely have a lot more clutter, and I wish I could have added the clutter, but I didn't really have a choice. The shadow started to be weird around that edge, so I ended up just not even putting anything there. But then it took me a minute to realize it, and eventually I do add another light source, but it was just because there's only one little saucer light in this super big room. I'm pretty sure I said it already, but the room is pretty big. It's 8x8. So yeah, I eventually realized it. The decoration options were slim pickings, to say the least, especially towards this like last bit here. So I was really trying to like fill these empty walls, just to do something. And I forgot what I ended up picking. Yes, that one. I thought it was really cute. I think it doesn't necessarily fit in the kitchen, but maybe. I mean, he's eating. What is that? Like a little cute raccoon? He's eating. It's fine. It's not a big deal. But I play around a little bit just to see what I can, shove in there. And I do like the way that in general the room did turn out pretty nice. So, oh yeah, and then I did realize that these came in a smaller size, which were significantly cheaper, because then I only had, like, they're smaller, but they're wider, so it worked out anyways. So I had a little bit more money to burn, essentially. I'm going to be honest, I kind of forgot what I did with this. I don't even remember if I kept that. No, I didn't. I don't end up keeping that. I didn't like the original color too, because I felt like it just blended in with the wall too much. So it took me a lot of time to cycle through the debug items, because there's just so much. And I'm going to be honest, every time I take a break from The Sims, I just completely forget where everything is and what my options for decorating are. So it really sucks, but I'm trying to get back into it, and I'll probably build up my speed again, because I didn't take this long. I mean, I would say this probably took me like, I don't know, this probably took me like 45 minutes, an hour, just to build this like room. I don't know. Maybe it was just because I had a strict budget that I had to follow, or maybe it was just because the room was so big. I don't know. I also didn't have a concept going into this, so I ended up cutting out the original footage, because I did make something, but then after about getting halfway through, I decided I hated it. So I deleted it all and started over again. And I went on Pinterest, and I was like, hey, let me look up some type of concept ideas so that I can get a little bit of an idea of what to do with this room, because I didn't know what I was going to do. I think the hardest part is that I can have a set idea of what I want to do per room, but it doesn't really help if when I use the generator, I get a big room like this. I can't imagine, what if the bathroom was 8x, like, what if that bathroom was this big? What would I do with that? I mean, honestly, how could I decorate an 8x8 or a 9x9? Honestly, I don't think I've ever had a bathroom that was bigger than maybe 6x6, and that's like a fancy schmancy bathroom, because most of my bathrooms are small. I guess I just see it as like, I don't need a big bathroom to take a shower and take a shit. So I don't know. But eventually I did figure it out, and so I'm happy with this. Definitely a lot more challenging than I thought it was going to be. I'm probably going to have to try to do the what is it called, like the separate one, so just do the room by room challenge or just do the budget challenge, just because that might be a lot easier and a lot more fun to do. Anyways, we're coming pretty much to the end of this room. I really hope that you liked it, and don't judge me too harshly. I tried my best. Anyways, thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more.